Just getting things set up and ready. I had to do a quick bio because it's going to be a big day today. Lots of fun stuff going on. It's going to be crazy. Am I actually transmitting? Do people hear me? I'll get my mic in the right place in a second. First, I got to type up Twitterino. Good. I'm actually live. Let's get myself live. Hey, Viridian Knight. Thank you for your subscription. 4 months in a row. Woohoo! Oh, we are live. Episode of The Vice. The Vice. For the excitement. And to support that OR. To interact. Twitch, tch.com/tallsquall. Stumpomatic, Wily Hobbit, in the house, all the folks, in the peeps. Oh my gosh, guys, it is a big episode and I'm over caffeinated. I'm on my third cup of coffee because I've been up since, no joke, 7 o'clock, making sure that I was ready for the crazy awesome show we have today. Bird versus plane. Dragons, Daniels, and Dannies. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Good old Cloak and Blaster. Our friends over there. And Tweederuno. With that, I need to close that down or else I'm going to look at it the whole damn time. Oh, it's a Skagith in the house. You know that there's stuff going down if Skagith is in the house. Sorry, folks. It's all over now. Yeah, I'm sitting here talking about I'm over caffeinated. What am I doing? Drinking more coffee. Because me, you know. He never learns. Ah, there we are. You're not happy? Why aren't you happy, Viridian? Hey, D. Bally in the house. What up? I need to start drinking something other than coffee. So let me drink tea instead. Man, oh man. We've got cast assembling. I see 6 folks. Damn, folks. It's going to be fun today. Oh my god. This is probably one of my most ambitious episodes, golly, in a while. For what all... I mean, again, we are canceled for the next 2 weeks. So, basically, I filled this episode with enough content to, like, you know, fill 3 sessions, probably. So, it is going to be all about the epic of epicness. I'm probably going to get choked up. If I was still giving away experience points, probably 300 or 400 experience points are going to go out today. It's going to be crazy. It's going to be crazy. Wandering. Oh, I'm sorry, Viridian. You're going to be so happy for him today, though. I'm telling you, you're going to be happy for him. And he misses the sub. Did I miss a sub? Did I miss your sub, D-Bally? I'm sorry. There you are. I'll retweet it. Look at that. D-Bally with the sub. Yeah. Look at you. Look at you. See, I replay. Yeah. I've had too much caffeine. I mean, like, stupidly too much caffeine. Oh, you gotta put a space in there, buddy. There it is. Hey, Wily Hobbit. I'm doing good. Like I said, I'm excited. So I'm like pumped up on adrenaline. I'm pumped up on too much caffeine. I didn't get my workout in beforehand, so I didn't like work off nervous energy. So this could be a crazy... Who knows how this session's gonna go? Who knows? Let's see. I am missing a Danny. And I am missing a Good Guy Pie. Oh, excuse me. Well, thank you, buddy. I appreciate it. Hey, just you being here and participating and being in chat, that's aces in my book. So is it bad that I have 9 pages of prep notes for today? Like, not bullet points, like text. It's probably not a good thing. It's probably not a good thing. Oh, man, oh, man, oh, man. So yeah, there's gonna be some storytelling today, folks. We're gonna gather together. We're gonna tell a story. I'm just saying. I might even get all Southern accent on you. Man, oh man. Okay, you've only heard part of it. Oh yeah, you've only heard part of it. Oh, you are my hero, D-Bally. Yeah, I'll be in touch. Absolutely, I will be in touch. You have no idea how much I'll be in touch. Holy cow, we got a host from Mike. And look at Bird with 10 months. Oh my gosh. With some hype. I assume that's hype. Woot. Let's get some flexes in there for Bird. Yeah, no, it's there's a lot. There's a lot going on. So we're doing level ups. Like I say, we're canceled for the next 2 weeks. So I wanted to get plenty of stuff done. And yeah, we're going to be getting going here in about 5 minutes with the whole cast and folk. And yeah, there's some stuff. There's some stuff that's going to go down. Can't hide in the house. Start the cartoon already. All right. I was going to say, I'm still missing... Nope. Do I have them? I have them. Oh my gosh. I've got all the players. Should we get them started? Let's get started. I think we should get started. Maybe I'll tell them. Hey guys, we're going to go just here in a minute or two. Since everybody's here and oh my God, we got a lot of stuff to do this episode. So, stand by. I'll be with you in a sec. I got to get like... this thing turned over. There they are. So give me a second to swap us over. I'm saying goodbye, folks. See you in a few.
Twice it's happening, so it's like, Oh yeah, I'm playing a completely different character.
And we are live with the whole cast and gang. There they all are. Gosh, they might have even fallen somewhat into their right spots. Oh no, they're all over the place. Anyway, let me get these guys and gals all sorted out. And as I do, we'll go around. Hey, Wandering Silence, getting that extra subscription there. Woohoo! Flexes. So we will start with, it looks like Celia is going to be the quickest to drop into place. So we will start with Tree Huggin' Druid.
Hi, I am Tree Hugging Druid. I play Celia Olerin, our wonderful high elf rogue. She's a rogue and she does roguey things.
Cool, cool.
I do want to thank you guys. Thank chat for dealing with my emotional self that I was last week.
So can we tell everybody?
We can.
Thumbs up, great news. Our Tree Hugging Druids is all clear, all no issues, no problems, and so a huge shout out for all the positive and wonderful feelings that this community sent out to Tree Hugging Druid. You guys are amazing. Next up, Dragons or Cats?
AKA Tintin.
AKA Tintin with the shaved face.
I just completely zoned out then and just didn't realize my name was supposed to say. Of course.
Hey, that's me.
Oh, me? Hi, I am Dragons and Cats. It's nice and early. I have a wonderful warm cup of coffee here, and I can't wait to not pass go and not collect $200 as I go to jail.
Oh yeah. I was gonna say, you going to jail is probably the least of the party's worries. Next up, we have Templar Warden.
Hello everybody, I am Templar Warden. I am playing Hidden by Axel, the Tabaxi Wizard, and Skrin. That's all I have to say about that.
There you go. Next up, we have Bird. Bird versus Plane.
Hey, I'm playing Iskatul, the half-elf bard turned gunslinger in training. Let's do this. That's all I got. Let's just do this.
Let's do it. Next up, we have NNG9.
Hello, I am NNG9. I play Luna. Things are happening. What's up?
Monster Hunter and Swear Goddess Extraordinaire.
That is the most.
One of those things is true.
That's the most brilliant term I've heard for her yet. Swear Goddess.
Swear Goddess.
I need to remember that one.
Next up, we have. He's good. He's a guy. He's better than Pie. Good guy Pie.
Hello everyone. It's good to be back, and it was nice knowing you, Iskrin. It was really nice knowing you. Thanks for playing. I will be playing. I will be playing Laka Goldheart, adventurer extraordinaire, and still trying to get used to the new voice. Young, fresh, the younger model, the fresher model, the better model.
The new and upgraded Luck 2.0. And last but not least, we have Tunarth.
Hi, I am Tunarth. I am playing Kel, the Wood Elf Druid, who is not sure what's going to happen next. Let's find out.
Let's do find out. I'm just your host. I'm Tall Squall. I'm here, the DM of this crazy group as we go into today's session. I would like to welcome everybody who is new or old to our channel. You guys are the most amazing community on the interwebs. And just letting you know a little bit about what we do here. We do run our channel 100% for charity. This month we are supporting the Organization for Autism Research in honor of National Autism Month. Down below, if you scroll down, you can click on the OR, that's what they're short for, OR logo, and it'll take you to our donation site where you can buy lots of different little levels of things you can do. Nat 1s, not Nat 1s, Nat 20s, advantages, healing dice, die, all those things, which, we burned through pretty much like crazy during this last combat. And also, for those of you who would like to, there's also a $50 level down there where you can add in a piece of magical equipment, ring, rod, staff, or fourth, whatever the fourth is, to the next loot hall. And anyway, so you can shop down there, but if you are unable to donate your money, at least go and click on the link in the description there. That takes you to their site. It is an amazing site with resources for just everyday knowledge, everyday resources for folks and families with folks who have autism. It is a great site. I learned a lot when I was researching about the different organizations that we might support this month, and I highly recommend it. It is worth the click just to go out there and just become more aware of autism and all the different spectrum that autism is. So with that, I think we are going to go ahead and get into today's session. You guys ready? Wow, that came out much more evil than I expected it to.
I'm not ready because before we dive in, as I click the buttons frantically, I want you to please check.
Look at this. We have a donation from Tunarth. Nat 20 for all players and the biggie magic item for Iska. So,
Gun lance.
So before the gun lance, right? Everyone wants her to have a gun lance. What the? Actually, I was gonna say, Alicia can tell you, our last campaign was a Monster Hunter campaign.
Yes, that's true.
We
Yes,
totally
we had a whole Monster Hunter chapter.
Yep. So what did we say it was? A ring, a rod, a staff, or a wand up to... Is it up to rare level? How high did I make this go?
I believe.
Up to rare or better levels. So let me get the old filters on here.
Rare or lesser.
Filter this out. Let me see how many pages we have, each with 20. So I need Bird to roll me a D3, please. On a 2, I now need you to roll a D20, please. Cool. Good to know. I will get that dropped in to our next haul. Wow. Okay, interesting. Okay. With that taken care of, oh, you know what? We haven't rolled for the scroll yet either. Who wants to roll for the scroll?
I'll do it.
Sure.
Did you want to? Here, go ahead.
Because I'm actually awake this morning.
Okay.
So let me get this filtered out as well. Let's see. It is comments. Wait, no, scrolls it's a second level scroll. Sorry, I need to do spells. Brr.
Magic items or spells, which is better?
Yep. So
answer in the comments below. Wait.
Second level spells. It looks like we've got 4 pages, so give me a D4, please.
Hey, page 2.
On a 2, give me a D20, please. On a 7.
7.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Ooh, nice. So, currently the Spellbank spell is Enthrall.
Nice.
It's a Buffy spell, I believe.
I'm sorry?
It's a buff spell, I think.
Yeah, it's control.
Okay, when you said Buffy, I'm just like, are we doing the musical episode? Because I'm okay with that.
Yes. Can we do that?
No, we have Iskra face consequences.
Okie dokie. So I think with all of that business taken care of, we can get ourselves back into the game. So at the end of last episode, actually the whole last episode was pretty much traps and combat. Our party had found themselves in a pit trap that was a bit of a puzzle to get out of, but they deduced a way out of it and some of the mindset of the folks who might have set it, and found themselves a way to get around the trap, get themselves out of it, all of their mounts as well, using the rings and such like that, and the shard that they have, because they have a shard, which comes into play a little later. Upon reaching the outside the trap, it was the end of the slot canyon. Oh my gosh, New Titans donated $110 in honor of my nephew Zach. Nat 20s all around. Agatha's bin for Cilia, and ring rod whatever for Iskrin. Okay, New Titans, thank you so much. Amazing. Wondrous item. I'm sorry, a wondrous item. I'm sorry, there was so much stuff there. Souvenir bin for Cilia. That's wondrous items.
Thank you.
Y'all are gonna find some stuff in these bodies. I'm just saying. Wondrous item.
Eaten a lot of adventures, clearly.
That's assuming we don't get arrested first on that.
No, that is true too.
We'll give them the Eladra, and everything will be solved. Hopefully.
So, Cilia, if you will roll me a D6, please.
5.
On a 5, that's going to be a full page. So roll me a D20, please.
2.
On a 2. Okay. That's cool.
That's a DM. Like, how does this work? Look.
Even though it's like just a.
No, it's DM broke. Please respond. Would you like to send a DM error report?
Would you like to try again?
Would you like to close the program and wait for it to respond?
Yeah, no, this was just a little different than what I've... Yeah.
You haven't been reading the rules.
It's just, I was a little surprised by it, that's all.
It's always fun.
So, now, let's go to good old... So, ring, rod, staff, or wand. Get rid of the wondrous items. And filter these puppies. So, just like Bird, if you can give me a D3, please, Iskrin.
Alright. Roll.
On a 3, so I'm going to have to count to see how many there are here. 1, 2, 3. Oh, wow. Okay. I just need a D4.
Alright then. Four, please.
Cool.
I'll take the 4.
Cool.
You sound so disheartened.
This is why most wild magic source breath dragons are disguised. Remember,
to be honest, he's probably thinking, "Oh, they're never going to get this because it's."
That was the sound of a man watching his campaign break before.
no, that was the sound of 20 Neverwings coming at us.
We're gonna
Because
trip down like another hill and be like, oh, and unfortunately, multiple magical items snapped in half on the fall. I'm sorry.
yeah, I think I'm going to have I'm going to have the equivalent of a rust monster. I think I might have
No.
magic version.
Zilbro.
You've told us though. My bag of holding is mine. Don't.
Yeah, I was gonna say Eater of Dust. That's one of the ones from.
Don't do that. That's
Oh,
rude, and you
that's
know
such
it.
a fun
Don't
one,
do
though.
that. Don't do it. I know what you're thinking. That's
It's that or
Not
CB10,
cool.
guys.
Tiger
That or
is
CB10.
holding suddenly.
So, with all
Right.
that business taken care of, did I miss anything while we were doing all that? Oh my gosh! First thing, you guys. I mean, seriously, you all. I just. I was gonna
Thanks for the
say,
donation.
chat's gonna make me
Yes,
cry.
thank
Everyone
you
in
so
chat,
much for
everyone in
donating.
chat gets 100 experience. Anyway, combat. You all had one. There was a camouflage crocodile that attacked. Then, as you were fighting him, you made lots of noise, and then a giant Spinosaurus came up around the corner, started ripping a new one into the party, pretty much. Luna was like, "We're out. Time to bounce." Goes running down the center of the river because Luna, water's escape, and basically runs right into a group of 7 vice runners who launch off a incredible volley of arrows, fly through the air, and kill this Spinosaurus. However, the Spinosaurus, before this had happened, had taken our good friend Iskrin down to 0 hit points. And our good friend Luck had used his blood maledict, his blood curse of the fallen puppet, to rise Iskrin's corpse up from the mud and muck and gore of this fallen crocodile to try to make an attack against the Spinosaurus. However, it missed. About that time's when our good friend Luna ran, the other vice runners attacked, and announced to Luna, "You have something that belongs to us," and pointed all of their long bows at the party, and at Iskrin, saying, "You have something that belongs to us." Luna basically stepped aside and was like, "Feel free." Yep, go for it. As you do that, Luna, you look back behind you, and we see Luck, staring intently at Iskrin's gruesomely animated, unconscious body.
I thought I was having consequences.
I thought I had healed him.
No, Iskrin's still down. Luck, your Crimson Right is activated. You are under the effects of a mutagen, and now you have unleashed a blood maledict on one of your friends' unconscious body. As the blood curse takes hold of Iskrin, you feel something like a window slide sinisterly open in the middle of your chest. And some far too large entity twisting and concording itself to slip its way through that opening into you. As it slips in, you find yourself looking at yourself from outside of your body. Lightning crackling on a pick you barely recognize. Muscles oversized and standing taut relief on a body that is not yours. And eyes leaking blood from their corners that is somehow unaffected by gravity as it swirls into droplets in the air. Luck, you look at that person that is somehow you, and you ask yourself, who are you? I need you to make a sanity check at advantage, which, as we know in our game, is worse. What's your sanity right now? It's 16, isn't it? It's not.
It's 14.
Oh. Ah. Well, luck. The answer comes to you, just as clear as day, of who you are. You are Luck Goldheart. You're putting on a puppet show for strength, trust, and time. You have this new marionette you found at the market, a great warrior. He's battling the other children's toys that you have laid out around the room. An elf carved out of wood. A little stuffed cat of trusts. A pretty little doll with a violin that is Time's. And it's time for the warrior to defend Elevation Pit. It is your turn, Luck. I need you to attack with your warrior. The toys around the room.
Oh dear. Oh dear, this is not good. Oh, nope. Okay. Well, you know.
So choose your target, and our good friend Kyle can roll those attacks for you.
Oh boy. Well, you know, well.
Tell us about this puppet show you're putting on, Luck. What do you want to teach your kids? Faith's
Well, you
cooking
know-
dinner. Keep those kids occupied so she can get dinner ready, Luck.
Oh, Fluff. So, as we all know, the first part about fighting is you always got to take out the strongest beast, and of course that would be the one that stands in front of everyone else, protects them, uses their own body sometimes, forces their body into different formations to protect the others, and has a knowledge of a breadth of things. Clearly the leader, you must make the leader crumble to be able to take out his followers. So we get our lovely warrior to fight off against the evildoer's leader, which is this elf of some sort.
Go ahead and roll me an attack, Iskrin, with Lyle. The first one misses. Go ahead and roll me another one. 22 is going to hit. Kel, you take 5 slashing damage. Iska? Actually, yeah, no, that's it. Luck, you're putting on a great show.
Kel turns and is like, what?
Yeah, so Iskrin hits you. Luck is over there still looking strange. You see him sort of entranced, making weird motions with his hands. You do notice a little bit of blood leaking from his eyes.
Oh gosh, how far away from Luck am I?
Yeah, I wasn't sure what we could.
Yeah, I mean, you are 25 feet.
Okay. Good lord.
Head's just limp.
I mean, if she sees Luck doing anything out of the ordinary, she's gonna flash back to the scene in the ring, like recently, where he had another freak out, and so she is going to sprint to Luck and basically try to block like his view of Iskrin, and just like get in his face and just like basically shake him and shake him and shake him, just like yelling his name over and over again.
Okay, let's go ahead and move your token over if you can, or if you need me to,
Sure.
I can.
One sec, my internet's being a little choppy. Oop.
Go ahead and do me a strength check to try to shake him out of it.
Hey, 15.
On a 15, Luck, time seems to be not paying much attention. Is that everything you want to do on your turn there, Bird? Do you have a bonus action you'd like to do?
No, I think in the scene she is focused on Luck, so I don't think she would even think of something else to do right now.
Luck. Time's being a bit surly. She threw her doll at you. I think you should use your warrior's legendary action.
Sounds like a good idea.
Still going after the strong one, or are you going to knock away this doll?
You can't.
The pretty doll.
The doll's shaking. It's causing a commotion. You gotta quiet the loud ones first. In this case.
Iskren, roll me an attack. An 8, I believe, does not hit.
No.
Yeah, this marionette's a little bit hard to control, harder than you recall, Luck. You're getting used to it, though. Axel, you're up. You've seen now Luck seems weirdly transfixed. He's not yelling out justice or any of the normal things. And Iskren, obviously unconscious, has now taken a swing and hit. It's 2 swings at Kel, hit once, and also now a swing at Iska.
And has Luck been using hands to manipulate this, or just seemed to be?
He seems to be doing something with his hands. You haven't seen him do things like this before.
Sort of looking what's going on, and he will need to stop Luck, whatever's going on. So he's going to cast Phantasmal Force to bind Luck's arms.
Okay.
I believe that's an intelligence saving throw.
Cool. I will trust you because I don't have to read all of that. Kind of tied.
Yeah,
$15. Punch Bowl and nat 20 for Kyle. We'll roll that once we get through with this combat.
You treat the phantasm as if it were real. And basically
okay, so
like
yeah, so Luck, do a intelligence saving throw, I assume. Yep, saving throw.
Yeah. Okay. It's just sort of chaining Luck's hands like that.
It's a big fail. Yeah, Luck, Strength has run around behind you and is now holding your hands and has fouled the puppet for the time being.
And he will, Menax will say, Luck, it's us. Please listen, please remember. Because he remembers what Luck's great fear was, I believe. And he's concerned about that.
Yeah. I need to roll a die. Luck, you can make a wisdom saving throw to see if you hear Axel. You just hear Strength whispering in your head. Strength holding your arms. Come on, Dad. We don't like puppet shows anymore. Celia, you're up. You see, Axel, if you'll go ahead and move your token over so that they're in the right spot. Oh, no, you're cast Phantasmal Force. Sorry, that's at a distance.
Yeah, Phantasmal Force.
Sorry,
yeah.
It's not you grappling. My bad.
No,
Celia, yeah, you're up. You're watching this unfold around you. You see all of these vice runners with their bows pointed at the party, and the party sort of madly, commotion happening behind you. It's a little bit obscured because of the size of the corpse of the Spinosaurus, but you know something's going on.
Okay,
You bark loudly.
All right. I can kind of see Luck, right?
Yep, around the tail, certainly.
I'm going to charge,
Okay.
and I'm going to pounce on
Okay.
Luck.
Cool. Go ahead and do me a athletics check to see how much.
I'm gonna use a natural 20.
Okay. And I'm going to say you ran 20 feet getting up to him. You're running, got good footing. You kind of leap off the tail and come up. I'll say that you falling on him does, we'll say it's a D6 worth of damage as you sort of throw a shoulder into Luck that he's now bound up, so he really can't avoid it. So go ahead and roll me a D6.
Okay.
See how much damage Luck takes.
Four.
Yeah, Luck, there's a sharp pain in your shoulder. And there's a moment where maybe we'll see. Do another wisdom saving throw after the damage. Your mind starts to clear. You look around you. You see them. And then almost a red haze of blood covers your eyes again, and you're back at doing your puppet show. But you saw the reality for a moment. Your next wisdom saving throw will be with advantage. Kel, you are up. You've got a unconscious-looking Iskrin in front of you that took 2 swings at you. You've got Cilia, who just like shoulder checked Cilia. You had Iskrin also take a swing at Iska.
I am going to, first off, bonus action, healing word on Iskrin.
Okay. So you heal up for 7. It's odd, though, Iskrin. You come to consciousness, but you are not in control of your body.
Oh.
Your eyes open, and it's like you have no connection with your body. You are now just aware of what is happening around you.
Oh, this isn't fun.
Iskrin, stop.
Yeah, you can't respond. You don't have control of your mouth. You have control of nothing. Yeah, your eyes are just... You might do me a perception check to see if you see the panic in Iskrin's eyes.
Perception?
Yep. On a 19, you see panic in Iskrin's eyes. Like they're like rapidly moving backwards and forwards, open wide in panic.
And am I aware of, the fact that Luck seems to be the center of what's going on at this point?
Yeah, Luck definitely seems like is out of it. He does not seem his normal self. He's not yelling justice. He's not with a smile. Most importantly, he doesn't even have his pick now is sheathed.
Then the only thing I can think to do to try and stop him from where I am is Thorn Whip.
A 15 does not hit Luck, I do not believe.
I don't think it does.
Nope. Yep. So, your Thorn Whip just sort of goes wide and misses Luck. Damn, these strings, the marionette, they're all getting tangled up, and you have to sort of unsort them. You sort of move out of the way as you're untangling them. One of them seems to be sprung weird. Luckily, you were able to get it back in place. Anything else? Oh.
No. I mean, I'm not going to move. And that was action, bonus action.
Yep.
So, yeah.
Iskrin, or actually I should say, Luck. What are you going to do with your warrior?
Split the blades, split the blades, split the blades.
He doesn't have access to your abilities like that.
Okay. Don't worry.
Stop trying to get your party killed.
I think he has legendary resistance.
Oh, he does. Anyway, clearly some of these children, their time is very agitated, so she needs to take a moment to sit down, have a lie down maybe. So we're gonna try and attempt to knock her prone, or have her be put down for Betty Pies.
Okay, so who? The doll? Times doll?
Yep.
Go ahead and roll an attack, Iskrin.
Yeah.
That's a nat 1.
I've never been so thankful for your horrible rolls.
Yep. And
Not a very good toy.
And go ahead and I assume this is your main focus, so go ahead and roll another attack, Iskrin. On a 12? Doesn't hit either. Good lord.
Yay.
And Luck, the marionette, as it makes these attacks, isn't right. It's not a warrior. It's someone you know. It's someone you've been traveling with. Make me a wisdom saving throw with advantage.
Also, he could control. Iskrin acted even while Luck was bound. Iskrin also acted while Luck was bound.
I don't need to use my hands for this, to be honest.
Yeah.
That's good. That's
It's a sight thing.
What I did is I made it that he couldn't use his other 2 legendary actions, so there was an effect, because he actually has 3 legendary actions. Luck.
25?
The illusion drops. And you are in your body. And you feel this other thing in there with you. And you, in anger, having seen what has been happening around you, grab it. Actually, you tell me. How do you expel this thing out the window that has opened into you and slam the door?
He takes a moment to recollect himself, looks sort of rage from being manipulated in this way. It spreads sort of throughout his entire being, grabbing this creature by its neck, whatever it may be, and staring it with the force of a man not to be reckoned with, and launches it out behind him, not even watching where it is thrown. Stay away from me! Stay away from my friends! You will not take me, and you will not take their lives. As he slams this window.
Yep. As you see this shadowy, dark, inky figure sort of get thrown out of you to the north. Northwest, really. And as it goes, you hear in your mind, "But you've already let me in."
Do the rest of us see that?
No, it's all in Luck's mind. Good timing, too, because it was going to get ugly if it got to the archers. Luna, it is your turn. There's a scuffle that has occurred behind you, and the archers are looking at you strangely. They're sort of moving their bows from person to person, not understanding what's going on. Iskrin, you do have control of your body back. You are at 7 hit points. But they are seeming mighty confused.
Okay. But I don't actually know that Luck's okay at this point. I just see they're all kind of piled on. And
yeah, you see that they're all sort of piled on top of Luck. You do see that Iskrin does not seem to have that weird, sort
movement
of
anymore. Okay.
Movement anymore. This really weird thing. It's like you see sort of his, his muscles relax and sort of be, kind of more laid back, Iskrin-y.
Okay. So I could assume whatever Luck's doing, he's stopped doing. Then.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that, whatever was happening up there seems to have stopped.
Okay.
Oops, wrong one.
A lot of people seem to be handling that. Archers seem more pressing, so she's going to turn to them and confirm and pointing at Iskrin, that is the one who has your property.
Can I feel that Luck did that? Do I feel that just quickly?
Oh yeah, no, you definitely, with your sight and everything. Golly, I'm sorry, guys. For music, I keep hitting the wrong darn buttons.
Spooky
I think
things
it's a sanity
want to
effect.
happen.
You keep saying it's over, and then it just starts again immediately.
Yeah, no, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It's just they're right next to each other, and I keep hitting the wrong thing. Sorry. Yeah, no, Iskrin, you felt where that. Whoa, actually, this does not work through the weave. No, you probably don't. You don't know what came over you. You were unconscious. You woke up. Weirdness was happening to you, but I don't think you can pinpoint it. Other people might tell you, but currently you're like, what the hell?
Like, I just snap around to it, and I like to, at the exact same moment, just a perfect timing, Ishmael just starts coughing and yells out, "What the hell is that?" Like during like that's the one you want.
The leader of this group walks past you, Luna, and go. Oh, sorry. Did you have something else?
And I was just because I was gonna make sure like that was the one, like, so she was gonna offer to go get him and bring him over. That's what she was going to do.
Okay, I mean,
she'll walk with him. That's fine. Either way.
Yeah, you walk side by side, and he says to you, "I have no interest in him, only the shard."
Then he shall be returned. I was not aware he took it without knowledge.
He, understand that these actions he has taken, you are no longer welcome in our halls, and you are unlikely to find any of our guild to guide you on a traverse again. You are not our enemies, but you are most certainly unwelcome now amongst our group.
It is understood. Actions have consequences.
Well, and you have far bigger worries than us on this route, and have invited many more. We did not concern ourselves with stealth in our leaving, only the swift recovery of the shard. Knowing eyes will deduce that only one thing would send a party of 7 vice runners south at breakneck speed. Others will be seeking you out in the blind hope that one of the greatest treasures one could hope to recover is relatively unguarded and loose in the world. But that's no concern of ours. We only want what is ours returned.
if you are the ones taking it, I do not understand how they would continue to come for us.
News travels fast sometimes and sometimes slow. I don't know. I would just watch your step. If anyone knows you're traveling through Smuggler's Gambit, if anyone has been alerted, putting 2 and 2 together isn't hard.
We'll deal with that when it comes. There's nothing you can do to change the past.
That is true. You must be Luna.
Yes.
Albert said you were the smart one.
Just a little surprised, but thank him for the compliment since I no longer can.
About that time you guys reach Iskrin. The others are staying back, knowing that there are magic users and high-level adventurers here with them, keeping bows trained on you, making sure there's no funny business. I believe you have our shard. He looks at Iskrin.
Muted.
You're muted. Yep.
Of course I am. Ishkin has been like patting himself down for this entire time, and as they come over to me, he just like nonchalantly just looks up and goes, "Well,
Iskrin, give it now and say nothing."
He takes it. Thank you.
May I? Yeah. It was not my intention for that to happen, but in moments of panic, I want to ask you something first. I'm sorry, Luna.
I will entertain one question.
Two-parter, actually. Did you see the red-robed figures that came when the Neverwing appeared?
We were not there at the time, but we heard of them. The heroes of East.
Ah, yes. Can I enlighten you in a way that they aren't really heroes, but murderers?
This coming from a thief
Yes.
who would threaten in the middle of a crisis to take treasure that is not his. I will
Not
Hear
take,
it.
but use as a capture for
It's
one of the
great.
We're
red-robed
done
figures.
here. He
Of
takes-
course.
You know.
Again,
No.
my apologies, and I understand. Please journey safely.
Yes. And
Uh,
no worries.
Is the one question just him or rest of us?
Hmm?
How did you get here so fast?
He holds up the shard. When you know how to use them, you can work. You can run 24/7. Pockets.
Oh, that's clever.
And he looks at Luna as he walks back to the south. Your path will be clear by morning. And as he walks through and they start walking down, you see huge thorny growth go from wall to wall across it. We just don't want to be followed, you see. And the path to the south is now blocked. You could chop through it if you really wanted to, but it is pretty much a 60-foot high wall of thorns.
Nope, got it. And then she is going to turn to Iskrin and punch him straight in the face. Full out.
Roll an unarmed attack. With
Can I
advantage.
assist?
I'm going to give it with advantage.
All right.
Can I hold him in place for you?
You don't get to judge party members right now,
Axel
Luck.
is hugging you a lot right now.
Okay, Axel's holding me back.
And I will be adding ice knuckles to that. I am using the key. I don't care.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
pissed. Oh, and then the.
Oh, yeah, you need the damage too.
It goes, yes! She's pissed. You're out.
Iskrin
Nope.
goes unconscious. Goes back unconscious.
I like to imagine he's about to say something and just...
Luna,
Yeah.
Goosh.
Her hair is
like-
just wildly like
I was gonna say,
waving
actually, you
around
already
her
had
head.
your ice knuckles up from the battle, didn't you?
That's true. I did have it.
Yeah, so you don't have to knock
Okay.
out that. You don't have to spend the key because they last long
Okay,
enough
cool.
for this. It's not been that long. I think they're 10 minutes if I recall,
Yeah, I want to say something like that.
something like that. Anyway, we'll say for story, I'm
For
good.
story.
I'll-
Okay.
I was
I'd
gonna
like
say
to
he
think-
was out after 7, so
I'd like to think Ishin just goes flying into the water, just like face down in the water.
oh
and
yeah,
scream.
sploosh. I like that. Well, guys, you are pretty much. It's probably 2:00 in the afternoon, but you're probably stuck for the evening where you are.
We should all take a rest. And again, she still looks clearly livid.
Yeah. So yeah, you guys, you are welcome. I assume you're talking long rest.
Yep. At this point, probably for the best.
Yeah, probably.
Unless somebody else would prefer not to.
Well, we need to try and conceal ourselves somewhere because the alarm was still sent and we don't know to who.
Yep. I mean, there's, as I said, there's the alcove here. You can certainly do some things to try to make it seem as though there is not, to try to hide your path. There is 2 giant corpses lying here, which certainly, as you know, beasts in this world do have value, which you are welcome to try to
Carve.
harvest.
Come on.
Luck is
you
that right
see I'm a
now.
little out of commission right now.
But
no,
if we leave the corpse that has all of the Vice Runner arrows in it, that could lead whoever comes for the alarm, if somebody does, towards
Potentially.
the Vice Runners instead of us.
That is true.
Well, I mean, the path to the Vice Runners is blocked anyway. And
Path
moving
to
the corpse from by the river to the little alcove isn't going to make much difference in terms of that.
Oh yeah, actually, the big dinosaur corpse, you're not going to be able. I mean, you could.
Yeah, I'm like, that thing's huge.
It's a gargantuan corpse. You're not going to be able to move it. You can harvest it. What I was saying is there are some boulders and other things you can try to hide your tracks some. I don't know what kind of illusionary spells people have. I don't know if Kel has illusionary terrain or any of that stuff. I'm mixing in my spells and stuff. So, you are certainly able to try to conceal yourself a little bit through the to make yourself a little bit more secure for the night, or just pass out.
I'm going to work to try and if I can make some kind of survival check to conceal our tracks, to
Absolutely.
or make it look like something came from another direction.
Okay.
Anything I can do.
Yeah, let's do the roll and let's see how well it goes for you.
I'm actually screw it. I'm paranoid enough. I'm gonna use a nat 20.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, the scuffle between the dinosaurs and the crocodile, you also, just with your knowledge of beasts, you're able to sort of make it look like this was more a battle between them. Of course, there are almost, I think there was 21 arrows inside the corpse. I think you were saying you might want to leave them there, possibly as a way for people to, let them find the Vice Runner arrows. They are pretty generic arrows. You're not sure if it would actually lead back, but it's better than nothing, right? So you're welcome to do that. And try to get rid of certainly any tracks. If y'all are going back into the alcove that's there to your side, sort of where the crocodile came from, where you had first intended to go, you can make sure that no one sees tracks immediately leading back there. Tucked back in there, you would be pretty well hidden unless someone walked into that alcove as well.
Then I will do all of that.
Yep. Like I said, the corpses are there. You can leave them to morning. You can do them tonight. Either way, as most of you are looking pretty rough.
Since Luck is kind of out of it, and I think I have, I think me and Celia have the most health. I'd be willing to go ahead and spend a nat 20 to take care of the carving
Okay.
monsters.
Yep. Yeah, we'll say that you do a. Are you trained in survival at all, or not at all?
No, which is why I was using the nat 20.
I'll allow it. Because you have all afternoon. I mean, if this was you were in a rush to get through the thing, but we'll say, I mean, it takes you hours to do this. Where Luck probably could get it done in like 30 minutes. But you've watched him enough, manipulating water somewhat with this type of thing. So what you are able to get, actually, I'm gonna get us a little something different going on here. It's a little bit more active than I want. The biggest thing that you're able to get, mainly because you did a lot of grappling to it and not a whole lot of damage except for some piercing damage by Cilia, you're able to strip off this this hide. You actually sort of heard the Vice Runner sort of nod to it and call it a Gribaldi. I'll put the spelling in chat for you so y'all can see. The cool part about it is that even as you take it off, it sort of had this camouflage ability. As you strip it off and take it down to just the skin and the hide, it's fairly thick. And you see that even as you still move it around, even in death, it still is keeping some of its camouflage abilities. I mean, right now it's just a hide, but perhaps a leather worker or could use it, or certainly maybe someone who makes magical items. This could be a component for something. So that is good news. Inside of the spine, you also roll me a d6. Actually, roll me a d6 at disadvantage. What I'm going to do is I'm going to have you take the low one of some of your harvesting things. So you're able to harvest 4 fairly big, nice teeth. The other ones were just tough to get out, and really you couldn't figure out a way to. So you were able to get the 4 big crocodile sort of fangs. From your expertise, you don't see anything else. It seems like the hide was kind of the real cool thing that was going on with it. The Spinosaurus, other than just being giant and basically a big sack of meat, certainly not the easiest meat to carry because you don't have things to preserve it, etc. But, hey, Laura Lania, thanks for the subscription. So basically you're able to... certainly for the next couple nights, you could get some nice tenderloins, whatever, off of this. Much more than that, than a couple days worth of rations off of it, you're not going to be able to keep. But as you do slice open its stomach, do me a dexterity saving throw.
That's gonna be great. Dex save throw, right?
Yep.
That's terrible for me.
Yeah, but it's gonna do. And actually it's you. You slice it open, you kind of misjudged at how big its stomach was, and all of its sort of stomach acid just goes sploosh. But it's you. So you're just kind of like, ick, but you take no damage from the acid from its stomach from saving it. However, washing out from inside of its stomach, you find another scroll case. Oh, no, you don't. I'm sorry, that's Spellbank. I need to roll something for someone. Sorry, what was the donation we said we rolled? I think it's an Iskrin for a Wondrous item. Or potion.
So.
It's a potion.
Well, no, because it was, was it punch? Because it was Party Punch Bowl and the thing.
Yeah, he's already got I've got the rolls I've got the two rare rolls for Iska, for Cilia and for Iskrin, but we need to do the Party Punch Bowl. So, potion. And I need you to roll me a D2, please.
Are they what?
A D2. On a 1, I need you to roll a D20, please. An 11. Let's count this up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, of course, for Iskrin. You find a potion that comes rolling out from inside of its stomach. It is this vial of orange liquid. It sort of flickers, and the top of it is filled with smoke. It's very... it's almost like if you were to not look at it and see a potion, it'd be almost like looking into a campfire or something. That sort of orange, flickering, flaming light. I don't know how you're going to role play that Luna gives this to Iskrin, but
no, I'm trying to figure that out right now. Like, I know
why
what
would
it
you
is.
give him anything?
I was wondering the same thing because
I have a suggestion.
Okay.
Maybe it's in the ick and acid that comes out of the stomach. It flies out of the stomach. There's actually a thing that wakes him up as the bottle whacks him in the head.
Actually, has anyone healed him yet before he died?
Well,
No.
I was about to say,
Yeah.
because I didn't want to interrupt, but as part of all of my, camouflaging and everything, one of the first things, of course, is going to be to, and I would ask Celia to help me get Iskrin, not being face down in the water.
I'm pretty sure I like him that way.
Well, Kel isn't asking you. He's asking Celia. And getting him over and concealed, and I am completely tapped out, so I will just try and use my,
medicine check.
first stage get to stabilize him at the very least. Or not.
Yeah, you don't seem to be able to stabilize him. Iska, I don't think you're tapped, are you? If you are, then all of a sudden this is going to get real interesting.
Or
No, I'm not.
Celia?
I can start rolling this.
Oh, I thought you said Iska.
No, I
You
got
asked
a
Iska to help
third
you.
level.
No, I
saved
said
up.
Celia.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I feed him a healing potion.
Okay.
There we go.
Yeah, Celia would save Iskrin.
She's not amused about it though. Clearly.
What we can say is that I do kind of like the idea that as the stomach sort of went sploosh, you didn't notice this potion of
Sure. Yeah. No, that's right. Because
yeah,
I want to make sure he
you
gets
wouldn't
it.
give it to him.
Yeah.
This potion of fire breath basically rolls over right up against his face. But yeah, Iskrin, you have a potion of fire breath.
What better thing to give to the Water Genasi's mortal enemy?
I know,
than
right?
fire
Especially.
Oh, they're mortal enemies now, is it?
Well,
Wow.
Well, no.
And I am going to do a thing on this next one. Celia, you sort of see the potion turn around, and you sort of go over and help Luna dig through the stomach contents. There's people in here. There is goo in here. There's actually a small chest in here. And there is a...
Gargantuan creatures, man.
gargantuan creatures. I mean, literally, this thing, actually, Axel, do me a history check. Yeah, on 15, because you've studied dragons before, you've just studied the desert tribes to the south where a lot of the metallic dragons live. This Spinosaurus is native to the southern deserts, and they often are used by the lizard people basically as mounts, and they literally carry like normal sized mounts on their back. That's how big this thing is. It is very large. Things that it might eat in a single swallow inside of here. Yeah, it's pretty much cargo and all when it goes down its throat. So it is very large. You do find a chest in there, Luna, upon inspection of it, it does seem to be locked. However, you have a rogue.
Yeah, I'm just gonna look to Celia.
Yeah, just sort of hand it over to Celia. So we are going to do a thing here, Celia, because the strange look was because of redundancy. You pop the lock. Don't even need to roll for it at your level. It is a cloak. It is a cloak of elven kind. But I also know you already have boots of elven kind, and they can't stack. So if you would like to, you can choose which of the two you want to keep, and I'll let you re-roll since it was a donation for a different rare item. Or if you want to keep it, that's fine too. It's your call of what you would like to do. You're welcome to keep it. They don't stack, so you can't get like double advantage. But
Backup cloak.
I would take the cloak because the cloak also gives other people disadvantage to see her.
yes, that is true. So if you would like to re-roll, or if you want to pass out if you want to give your boots to someone else, you're welcome to do that as well. Whatever you would like to do. Since they both were donations to you, I hate for you to have redundant donation items.
Yeah.
You can be greedy. It's donations.
I'll re-roll.
Okay. So let me get ring rod, staff, wand up. Filter this out. This is our, whoops, not very rares. Rares and uncommons. This is our D3 again. On a 2, roll me a D20.
Six.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Ooh. Okay, so here's your call. You can keep, because I'm not going to let you keep re-rolling. You find a staff of the Python. The thing is that it's for a cleric, a druid, or a warlock. So you're kind of whether you want to. Would you rather pass out boots or pass out the staff?
Pass out boots.
Okay, so I'll let you decide on that as you will as you go on. Yeah, I hate to. Otherwise, we're going to be here rolling all day, a million times on the list. Or you can always sell it for lots of gold to buy something else.
Disadvantage on stealth checks.
I do when I wear heavy armor or medium armor. So it's like
that's true.
Like,
get flat rolls.
Perfect. Celia walks over to Luck and says, "So maybe you'll be quiet every now and then."
Cool.
He's a little blue screen mode.
Yeah. Also in the chest, you find 486 gold pieces that you can do with what you want to amongst the party. Anyway, I lost my music. Didn't I lose my music? It was playing, wasn't it? There we go. You guys, you kind of have the afternoon to rest, to recoup, and take care of anything you would like to take care of.
Luck. Axel's just basically, since the whole thing ended, Axel has just been sort of stuck to Luck and blue screen sort of pulling him along, sitting down, giving him a hug. He's gotten rid of the phantasmal chains at this point, but he's just sort of being there, helping out.
Okay. You guys can sort of gather yourselves together, if you want to make tea, do whatever, sort of make a small campfire. I know you all can basically, if you want to, almost do like you do a short rest, do some activity, and then have your long rest tonight so that you kind of are a little bit recovered. Anything folks would like to do once they've caught their wind.
Sure. Again, since Luck's kind of out of it, Luna would try and do some of the cooking. It's not going to be good, but...
I'm actually going to say, as we said, you're probably taken up with doing...
Oh, that's right. That's hours. Sorry.
Yeah, for hours with that. But if anyone else wants to step in and help out...
And I'm occupied with...
Yeah, doing your tracks and stuff. So, so for Luck, Iska, Axel, Iskrin, Celia, what do you guys want to do with sort of... Until, we'll say, nightfall?
Iska will, knowing that Luck is in his, like he said, his blue screen mode, a little shaken up, she is going to offer to make some tea. Just, that the go-to, like, let's all just chill out.
Yep.
Let's just do this real quick.
Okay. Yeah, you can a fire started, or you can use your the boiling stone. However, when you go to pull your sort of tin teapot that has traveled with you, gosh, all the way since you left home on Baros's caravan, in the fall, it seems to have been smashed. It is with a boiling stone inside, so you can't even get this boiling stone. It's maybe repairable. It would take a fairly talented blacksmith to reshape it, as it is just all but squashed flat. In fact, yeah, it's, it's the one thing that has sort of been your stable something all the way since you left your home and your mom.
It has been my comfort blanket, essentially.
Yeah.
And she just holds it for a second by the handle and just sees it crunched up, sighs, and just like throws it to the side just out of frustration. And like I said, that was her go-to for everything. It's been the thing that's she could always rely on after an argument with people, after crazy events, and specifically for the migraines she would get when she was overloaded with everything that's going on, one that she's suffering from right now. And she just kind of like sits down on the ground because she can just feel that headache coming. She knows it's coming. Whatever is going on with Luck is just getting worse and worse. Kel, Axel, their predicaments, Iskren getting punched unconscious by Luna, which we knew it was going to happen eventually, but seeing it happen was a little rough. But she is just trying to deal with that overwhelming chaos and pain that comes from those scattered thoughts. When she does something that she's been working hard to do for not to do for a long time, she actually starts to confront a lot of them and try to look at them head on, individually, pull something from that chaos. And when she does, it's weird. It's almost starts to make sense. When there's like a jam session or something at first, it's a lot of people playing different rhythms, notes, melodies, and it's chaos. It's a mess. But eventually, through that, if you examine each individual note pattern and everything, you start to see how that chaos works and what everyone's going for individually. And so through that, she works out these different emotions, the fear she has about losing Luck, Kel, Axel, the anger she has at, God, what Bati did to her. But there's also like that joy and everything too, and she begins to confront the emotions and can eventually make sense of them and starts to view them just like notes of their own songs. And just like the rest of her songs, she thinks she figures out how to play with them. And Iska learns Fate's empath, which is what we are calling confusion. So that's Iska's level up.
Yep. So yeah, you are able to make sense of these notes and put them together into this new song. And you also learn a bit more about the confusion itself, and that confusion and how debilitating it was to you could also sort of rock someone out of being entranced or whatever, and you learn your counter charm as well.
Nice.
Yeah. So, level 7 for Iska. If you haven't already rolled up your stuff, you can, or if you want to take the standard, however you'd like to do your hit points. Yeah, Iska is sort of out of commission a little bit as she sort of puts this together.
Because Kel is kind of moving about the whole area, doing his tasks, I'm presuming that he notices the Iska throwing the smashed
Yep, certainly.
kettle.
Absolutely.
And Kel will go and pick that up.
Okay.
And keep that for her.
Actually, between the run from east and now the dump into the pit trap, you guys realize that your inventories have been a little bit scrambled. Potentially items that where someone else's might have ended up in your bags. You all might want to give that a perusal as you have some time to go through. Anyone else have things that they want to do? Oh, I see an Axel.
Yep. With sort of everything that's going on, everyone's sort of settling off on their different things. Axel's going to make food.
Okay. Yep.
He's going to get out his last 2 dried noodles, get the meat from the thing. He's going to cook up some sort of stew or stir fry. Not a lot of vegetables around, but he's going to make do with the noodles and the dinosaur meat.
Okay.
Lizard meat.
Yeah, no, you actually make some pretty tasty Spinosaurus ramen. And the smell sort of begins to permeate around, sort of bringing everyone some comfort as you guys are sort of having to wait out the rest of the day. So, Luck, you've rested a little bit. Where are you? How's your day?
Luck is sort of put his back against the wall at this point. His hands are almost in this constant fit of shaking. He's sort of trying to calm himself down by holding them, just keeping them as still as possible, but sort of the shaking sort of almost just transfers to a different part of his body, sort of going into his foot, as it's just he's not able to maintain that 100% control. And he sort of is just looking about. He sort of looks at himself, sort of down at his body, wiping away any of the excess blood and pulling out some bandages to rebandage his body. He, for a moment, wishes to speak up, but sort of his voice sort of drowns in its own, almost like an anxiety to speak. His throat sort of clutches up and just and goes back quiet.
While you are with your back against the wall and sort of shaking, you hear sort of a whimper come from over beside you, and it's Grain, who had, as you trained him, jumped away during combat and hidden, but then it's taken him this long, almost an hour since combat ended, to actually approach you, and you see him sort of whimpering with his tail between his legs, sort of like he seems a little scared as he is approaching you and trying to get up close with you, and he sort of sniffs the air, and when he gets about 5 feet away, all of a sudden he sort of takes a big sniff and his demeanor completely changes. Tail starts wagging, and he just comes over and just starts licking you like he hasn't seen you in a little while.
Hello there, boy. Good boy. You hid like I told you. You do a good job.
Yep. And just sort of, and sort of is jumping all over you, overly excited. He's swinging his tail so hard, you are wondering if he's going to break his back. That crazy puppy tail wagging. He's very happy to see you. Celia, Iskrin, how about you guys?
Celia would do her Celia thing and train.
Okay. During the afternoon, you can just sort of be doing your rogue thing, checking out, looking for any possible entries. You probably inspect the wall of thorns. It's impassable. Keep an eye out up on the ridge where you guys came out of the trap. You have a pretty good view of it here to be able to see if anyone might be coming up from sort of behind you and be causing a problem. You don't see anyone emerge from out of the slot canyon or the pathway that went around the trap. Iskren, how about you? You've been dead and alive and dead and knocked out and puppeteered.
He's been sitting up against the canyon wall, probably up on a ledge that he can teleport up onto. And he's just been sitting there and he's just contemplating what they said, what the Vice Runner said about the heroes of East. He's just shaking his head. And he's just thinking the gears are turning about all the horrible possibilities that could happen. And he's just up there, Lyle's across his lap. He's just staring down at everyone work. And he just wishes he could vanish. He just wishes he could repower, get stronger. And I wish he didn't make so many mistakes he did. As in stealing. But he's really glad as he looks over to Luna sometime when she's around, noticing that she still has his the Crystal Spheres ring, and he's happy that not a lot of people know about this.
Okay.
We're really glad they didn't ask about that.
Yeah. No. As you since they didn't ask, you assume that Dustin has kept your trust, and no one is aware of it. The night oh, go ahead.
At that point, at realizing that, I'd like to go down and see Axel just for who's not there, but he'll go down and see Axel once Axel gets back. Oh, Axel's back.
Axel's back. Yeah. So yeah, you can you can go down and see Axel.
Axel, I need to ask a favor.
Yeah.
Long-range communication. Can you do that still? Like a huge message. Are you capable of that?
I can send like a sentence, and it's still rather close to the Vice and the Midnight Wheel. Don't know how good it is because it's a long distance, and it's just like like we talked about, things don't travel right, and the conduits, I think they were blocked, so you can't really send it certainly across to East. You can't send it across the Vice. Certainly, I don't know how good it is in local areas either. But I can try. I can send a sentence.
That would be nice. Out of character question, Jake. We all got flooded with the memories of Mim and Sarah once we attacked.
Just the inside the scene in the office, not anything else.
Yeah. All right. Just the scene in the office. So I do remember Mimbot.
Yeah, you do remember Mim.
Yeah. I'm just going to say, would you mind trying to contact Mim and Sarah and tell her from me in regards to the Frost Prince as well that I'm sorry about what's happened to the Duke of Sunsets. If you can.
Yeah, I can give it a try.
Yeah. I mean, we'll say you can compose the message to it fits in the 25 words.
Yeah.
Just condolences.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing so used to, but he'll figure it out somewhat. He'll have to wait until tomorrow for that, though.
Yep.
Of course.
So he's ready for his next spell. I could. Yeah, I'll try later today. Is that okay?
Okay, no, that's perfectly
Cooking
fine.
and Iska's over there and Lux over there. I didn't want to keep eyes on them, so.
No, it's okay. It's all delicious, but.
So
once I'm done, it should be enough for all of us.
Oh wow, thank you.
So Axel, while you're there's been something you've been wanting to talk with Iskren about with his teleportation and what you saw him do back to the pouch of rings when he first wanted to try to destroy it using a shatter spell.
Yeah, I noticed when we found the hole that you could teleport out. I didn't know you could actually go that far. I thought it was just like it was kind of just a walking distance. Didn't know you could actually get that far. Is that new?
No, it's just being suppressed, really. It's because of the vice, I feel that like the anomalies, like you said, the conduits haven't been aligned right, so I'm kind of limited, but it's starting to become starting to grow again.
Yep, because something I noticed was that there was sort of there was suction, like in the air around you, and you saw the spell earlier that I used on that big thing, the Spinosaurus from Desert. Yeah.
Oh, really nice.
Yeah, it works. I was thinking if we could put that principle of the air carries the energy, like thunder or something like that, and you put that principle in the same way. If somebody is moving from one place to another, really, like the absence will pull the air in. There'll be a big explosion, just like the shatter spell that you used.
Oh, okay. I see. I can manipulate.
Yeah, I'm just
manipulate.
We're going on.
We can manipulate the weave around and bring the air. So bring the air weave in, suck it in as I move through, and then release it.
Well, I was thinking it was because you could move you further for your teleport. You could, and it would be propulsion for the teleport. Yeah.
Like a charge. That's a good. Let's try this.
Later.
Okay.
Just after we finish cooking. Okay. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Do you want to skip to that or?
You're
muted.
We'll say that you figured out the theory behind Thunderstep for when it's time for you to to use it. We might not actually role play the testing out because, like I said, we're a little bit short on time today. But anyway, unless there's anything else that people specifically want to go through, we're going to sort of go ahead and get through the night with Celia having kept an eye out up on the ridge. Go ahead, Axel.
Well, we did want to test it tonight, just not immediately. I didn't know there was anything else happening between then and now.
So we'll say that you guys can test it out. Just for fun's sake, we'll say that the first time Axel doesn't realize how far he needs to be clear of Iskren when it when
he
it
was
happens.
thinking propulsion, not explosion.
Yeah. So you guys all sort of hear as there's probably a little warning light in some people's head of what are Iskren and Axel up to, and then you hear the and you see Axel fly through the air, blue glitter everywhere, and I figure there's probably a couple of you just shaking your head.
It's not what I intended to happen, but it works.
Yeah, you see sort of a smoking, no, not smoking, because I guess it's thunder damage. You see, the wind-blown tabaxi mane probably undid some of your braids. It was so strong. But you guys get Thunderstep figured out. I'll let you know when the rest of, you'll know when the rest of your level up happens. Okay. The night goes by uneventfully, to the point that, it's quiet. Extremely quiet, and by the next morning, all of the growth, this wall of thorns, has disappeared, as though it was never there. And you guys' way is clear to continue down this canyon. You guys mount up, break camp, eat, and this canyon winds ever southward. There's not a whole lot of change along the way. You quickly realize it's just a lot of canyon. after canyon. Lots of little nooks and crannies. To try to explore every one of them would literally take years. But following the river is fairly easy to do as it goes down through the center of this. I'll have everyone just sort of do me we're going to do a big group perception check. Look at this. Good Lord, look at this. The biggest thing you notice through the day, Axel's hand does not seem to degrade much at all during the day.
Although, yeah, we'll just say his energy and fur texture is actually worse than the day before.
Yeah, so it seems, yeah, it's a variable mix. I mean, but the hand doesn't blacken like it did before, but sort of his overall continence is not great. Axel, Iska, you guys can pass back and forth the Sylvan histories as you are riding to dig deeper into the sections that you wanted to learn more about. Along the way, because he asked in chat, Iskren wonders if he can sort of get a look at it as well. And while he's a little bit behind compared to you guys, he starts to read up on the Sylvan histories as well. So Axel and Iska, you should find the next chapter, the one that I had linked to you earlier in the week, in your handouts. If you don't, let me know. The day goes by, and while along the way you actually spot a couple more of these crocodiles. They are dead. Apparently, they were Spinosaurus chow. One is in fact like bitten in two with like rear legs and tail, 50 feet up on the walls of this. You do spot one now to kind of know what to look for. As you are approaching, it seems as though as ambush predators, once they get spotted, a little bit of a loud noise, or you can literally shooting an arrow at them, they quickly run off and down the side canyons.
During the course of the day, as we're riding, since I'm still riding with Luck,
yep,
since I haven't really talked to him since everything happened,
yep,
I want to ask him, Luck, what happened?
Yes. I don't know. There's something wrong with me, and I let it take hold of me. I got careless. That's what happened.
Careless with what?
I don't know how to explain it. Whatever this is, whatever I do, these powers, this thing that I have, I use it too much and something gets it. I thought I could control it. I thought with one here, it's fine. I just kept using the power. I forgot. God, this was not a thing that I could control.
You said something gets in. What?
I don't know. Something evil. Something corrupt.
Is it still there?
I don't know. It's waiting. It's always waiting. As soon as I let my guard down, it gets me.
Is there any way any of us can help?
been a thing that's happened many times in our village. And I think I truly understand now what happened years ago to cause us to have this tradition. You lose yourself and you kill things. You kill things near you, you kill things away. You hurt things, you corrupt yourself, you lose yourself, and things die. Blood is something we don't mess with normally. This is becoming more obvious now. It is not natural to manipulate blood. But there's something about it, something so tempting. The power it provides is amazing. Don't know, it's like I can just do it. The blood, it calls to me.
And so that's why you had to leave.
Yes. Me, my predecessor, the one before him. This is a tradition to protect our village.
And the one who replaced you. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Maybe.
I don't know. Maybe. I don't know.
Maybe somewhere along the way, wherever it is that we're going, whatever destiny we're being pulled towards, who knows, maybe we can find something to fix that too.
If there is a solution, something tells me it's north, northeast, or somewhere there in that direction. For now, you're more of a concern.
Kel doesn't respond.
Okay. You guys continue on in silence through the day. Axel, you send off your message. And with that, we're going to take our mid-stream break. Just to remind folks who are watching, thank you for all the viewers today. We've got quite a few of you out there. It looks like we got some newcomers too. Sorry that I can't interact directly while I'm running the game. I have too many things going on 4 screens. But most of the cast tries to interact as much as they can. Just remind everyone, we do run the channel 100% for charity. You can do donations to affect gameplay down below, or just click on the link, the name of the Organization for Autism Research, and it'll take you right to their website. I'm going to pass it off to Luna to give us Pun of the Week, and actually she can tell you a little bit more about what all we do here, and I will be right back.
Thank you very much, Jay. And viewers, hello! Anyone who joined us for the first time, welcome! Anyone who's joined us again, welcome back. This channel is run 100% for charity, and every month our charity changes. This month's charity, as Jay mentioned, is the Organization for Autism Research. There is, they do a lot of good work. There's a lot of very useful information on the website about local activities, national, all the good things. Please, if you have time, go ahead, click on the link, which is the actual words in the description, so check that out. And you can donate directly to the site that way, or if you choose to donate through our channel, we have various donation levels below. You can do anything from a natural 20, a healing dice, and for any amount you can add to our spell bank, and at every $100 increment, the level of the spell we get raises. Occasionally we cash it in, or sometimes we just watch it grow. This month only, actually no, it's not this month only apparently. Our $50 level, just to point it out, is add a random ring, rod, staff, or wand of rare or lesser quality to the next loot haul for a specific player. As if you were here earlier in the stream, you saw put in action. They are very useful. But please do not feel pressured to donate it. If it is not in your budget, feel free to do things like share us on social media, like Facebook and Twitter. Otherwise, enjoy the show. And as a special bonus, everybody's favorite time of the session, Fun of the Week! What do you call a knight who's afraid to fight?
What?
Surrender!
I actually like that one, actually. I like that one.
That's
I like that.
pretty.
I got actually pretty good today.
That inspired a character. I now.
Yeah,
See?
surrender. I
Hunters
kind of
get
do
to
like.
keep
I do kind of like rolling up a
like-
surrender. That would be kind of fun. Kind of like. Anyway.
Brave the Robin ran away.
Yes, exactly.
Don't worry, Major. I will save you in the other direction.
So, yeah. So to get right back into it, you guys camp for the evening. Certainly, Luna, Cilia, you guys can do your training. We're not going to actually roll it up this time, but go ahead and you can do your normal 3 hours of training, or with I'm sure either Iskrit or Cilia would be happy to train you. You could have done it for the night before, so we can go ahead and put up 6 if you'd like, because you had plenty of time yesterday after you finished with the Spinosaurus.
Small flavor nod would definitely be with Celia, because if she fights with Iskra, she's going to kill him.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, yeah. Yeah, that's probably a good idea. So, again, the night passes fairly uneventfully as you guys continue your way down the canyon. The next morning dawns, and it is much of the same. This canyon is almost maddeningly, whatever.
Yeah, maddeningly.
Yes. The same. Actually, 2 more days pass uneventfully as you go down here. So the same routines you go through, whether you're foraging for some food. Here, foraging is much better for Kel. You are using up some of your rations, but between the meat that you found off the Spinosaurus and what Kel did, you're not in any trouble at this point. As far as that, there's clean water in the stream. We will say on those 2 days, you get another 6 hours of training with Cilia. The only thing of note that happens over those days, on the morning of the 3rd day after the battle with the Spinosaurus and the crocodile, Kel, you feel the ring stop beating once again and then start back up. The heartbeat ending and then reasserting itself again as you travel through your 4th day. Templar, do your thing so we can say how your 2 days go. Feel free to describe how Axel is.
The sort of after the first day, he seems sort of just a little off from the get-go, just lethargic and uninterested in sort of this repetitiveness of this cavern. There's just so little energy in him. It's the arm itself and just the general sort of decaying nature gets a little worse from day 2 to day 3, but certainly not as bad as it was earlier on. and he just usually keeps it wrapped. He's starting to get used to it now. Really, the thing that stands out today and on the third and second day is just the lack of energy. Just you look at him, you're like, that's just unpleasant. Well, compared to normally looking at him, but it's like, you know, he doesn't look as good as he would usually. You know, he's not taking care of his hair or his fur. Some such things.
Okay.
Less, what do you call it? The engaging energy he has is not there.
Yeah. So, you guys travel down this canyon. The mounts are you're able to find scraps enough either between carrion, the magic that Charlotte can feed off, and there's plenty of growth down here for the rest of the animals. You come to the end of this, now that's been 3 days past when you had fought the Spinosaurus, and you find another fairly big alcove. This one's much bigger than the last, and just as you have been being very careful, you pull yourselves far back into it to keep yourself out of sight in case anything might be following you. Kel, Cilia have been pretty much constantly looking for anyone who might be following you, tracking you, any of the above. Y'all get your rest, and night falls over the campsite. Minor discussions, but the trip is wearing on all of you. You set up your watches as you do, and everyone eventually gets themselves to sleep. Luna, the next morning, you awake very early, as you do every morning, to go about your training. It begins, as always, just as the first light touches the sky and chases away the stars. It's cold still in the morning here in the canyon, and your breath can be seen as you step away from the camp a little way and begin your forms, as you've done hundreds, if not thousands of times before. The pebbles underfoot rasp against one another as you trace the basic forms of your early monk training in the dance-like circles that you had learned so long ago. You move from your basic forms to more advanced techniques, now combining your water shaping and quarterstaff and unarmed attacks and fluid and deadly combinations, flowing from one to another in a never-ending progression of movement and speed and power. As normal, this goes on for an hour or so, and as you take a moment as your training comes to a close, you look down and see a small trickle of water at your feet. You're sure it wasn't there before, but now here it is. A part of you almost questions if you subconsciously let some of the water from your skins that you were training with fall to the ground. But then you notice that it flows away from you and the camp towards the sylvan stone wall that towers 200 feet into the sky to your left. Do you follow it? As you follow this trickle and approach the wall, you can make out that the wall is not as smooth as you had perceived it to be from the camp. There's what looks like almost a fold in the rock, the seam edge camouflaging it perfectly from view. And there in that fold, in that small crevice, the water pools, making a perfectly still, almost glass-like surface. It's not a large area, only about 2 to 3 feet wide, but it's almost like a mirror as you look down into it, reflecting the sylvan stone and the brightening sky up behind you. You examine it, you see it goes back into the stone further than you thought. And as your eyes adjust, you see there is a light reflected there, rippling on the stone walls, green and gold, sparkling in the crystals of the sylvan stone. It's almost calling to you, pulling you forward. Would you like to step in the pool? You step in and your bare feet tingle at the touch of the cool, soothing water. And even as you step into the inky darkness with only the slight rippling glimmer of light to guide you, a comforting peace that reminds you of growing up in the forests where you were trained just flows over you. You go deeper into the crevice, first one step, then two, and you realize this isn't just a crevice, it's a pathway. Ahead of you, you see that it curves deeper into the depths of the stone, and as you follow the rippling light and turn the corner, the passageway opens up. Daylight penetrates the darkness in shafts of golden light. You carefully tread towards this spot, and you can see that the water clearly now flows freely over the gentle cascades, making a stairway of sorts. And up ahead, you can see a grotto filled with golden light. You carefully tread towards the grotto, up this flowing cascade of stairs. When you arrive, you see the most beautiful place above water that you have ever seen. The air is warm here. Trickles of water flow down rock faces that tower around you to an emerald canopy gently swaying with leaves overhead. Tiny, shimmering flowers, almost metallic looking, cascade down the walls around you, and flowering vines of colorful berries hang and sway languidly throughout this space, almost like kelp in the oceans back home, moving with the tide. To your right in this space, you look and you see a beautiful 12-foot-high waterfall. Its flow is crystal and smooth, and it's almost like liquid glass. And within that shimmering water, you can make out, just barely, a figure of an older, gray-haired woman in long robes, whose vibrant colors have long since faded down to just a memory on the fabric as it flows down around her. You can see her eyes look to you, Luna. She sees you. And her kind eyes blink, and she makes a nod of welcome to you into this place. And then from that sheet of water flowing over the rocks, you see two watery hands reach out from the cascade and inviting you to take them. Luna, do you wish to approach, and how do you go forward?
Luna just proceeds very slowly forward, like she's definitely going forward and and reaching out. Right? It's like if the hand is this way, she's reaching out that way towards it. Just walking slowly there, kind of, sort of, almost in a trance. She's just overwhelmed by everything she's seeing.
Okay. As you approach these vines that were swaying like kelp, they almost seem to part, making a pathway for you as you move forward. There are concentric, sort of terraced waterfalls that create sort of a wide, monumental staircase that goes up to the pool at the base of the waterfall. And as you ascend, the golden light that fills this place around you seems to all dim, until it's just this bright beam focused on the hands emerging from the cascade and you standing before them. You reach out, and as you said, you take the hands, and your mind is transported into a vision you're watching as an observer. And while there's no spoken voice in your head, you understand that it's a story being told. A story from long ago. And it begins to unfold before you. There's a long sigh, as though someone's taking a deep breath. And then you begin to understand. Eldath wept. The goddess sat in quiet contemplation in her isolated grotto, water cascading all around her, trying desperately to find for herself the peace that she had once bestowed upon this world for so many countless eons. Over the centuries, she and her people had abided much sacrifice in the name of peace, time and again giving of themselves, only to have their hopes of a peaceful world crushed by the forces of malice, vanity, and greed. She could feel her time and power ebbing away as peace was becoming but a distant memory in this land. And now, the realms and sacred groves of her people were being invaded by those same forces of unending corruption and war. Head in hand, she trembled with emotion as she realized what must come to pass. An anguished regret filled Eldath as her tears grew hard and cold, turning from pearls of liquid light into shards of cruel, cold metal. Her people summoned this last stronghold of peace, gathered the fallen shards of iridescent aqua, and forged the shattered soul of a goddess of peace into the weapons of war. With every tear fallen and every weapon forged, Eldath's form diminished from the material plane, until all that remained was her reflection, a memory shimmering on the surface of this once sacred waterfall, a place that had been dedicated to the tenets of peace, and a goddess that was now lost and forgotten. Your eyes open, Luna, and the hands release yours. But on your hands now are two gauntlets, fingerless, but with immaculately carved pieces of warp woods on the back of the palms and the joints of the fingers up to the knuckles. And in the center, on the back of the palm, an iridescent aqua tear of shining metal. As you receive the last tears of Eldath. You'll find them in a moment in your handouts. So, Luna, how do you proceed? You are standing in the grotto.
Is the reflection still there, or has it faded
It's
away?
still there, faint.
I do not know why you have chosen me for this, but I will do my best to preserve your memory in this world, not for war, but for peace.
She nods, and you see the golden light fills the space again, and the hands retract back into the waterfall, and you see the shimmering form as though it had taken all of its strength, her strength, to be there for you. That moment fades to almost just a silhouette of glittering light within the falls.
And Luna's just gonna like reach her hand out one more time as if the waterfall was still there, like she's putting her hand flat against it.
Mm-hmm.
Nod, and then bring it back in. And then so like holding her, since the now gauntleted hands.
Mm-hmm.
Probably say a small prayer,
Yep.
and then exit.
Yeah, you can follow the pathway back out, and you emerge back out onto the rocky beach just as the sun is coming up. And as you look behind you, there is no crevice, no fold in the rock. It is just smooth sylvan stone.
Are the gauntlets still on her hands though?
Yep, the gauntlets are still on her hand.
I think probably she probably doesn't have a pack with her, so she can't do that. She'll probably go back to her pack and grab what she normally uses for her cartography stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Go back to that spot by the wall, and she doesn't normally do it, but she's going to try and sketch out what she remembers of that grotto.
Okay.
And just spend the morning doing that.
Yeah, so you sit down with your cartographer's paper, and it is clear in your mind as if you were looking at it and sketching it. And you're able to capture it in amazing detail, capturing the light, the flowing motion of the vines, and the memory of Eldath. The rest of you awaken. You see Luna off in the distance, over by the wall, drawing something, but can go around about your normal business if you'd like, as you pack up to get ready to move along.
Would I have seen her get up and leave since I would have already been up?
You saw her go for her training, which you see her do all the time, so you probably didn't pay any extra special attention. Maybe you saw her doing her forms and then sort of walk over to the wall, and probably saw her, might have lost track of her sort of as she walked over to the wall as you were doing your foraging, and then she caught your eye again when she walked back to the campsite and got her pack and then walked back over to the wall. So yes.
Okay, well, but I don't really notice anything remarkable from the sound of it.
I mean, if you walk over to her, I'd let you do a perception check to see if you notice the gauntlets.
Well, if I'm not picking up on anything out of the ordinary, I wouldn't have any reason to, disturb her.
Yeah, I mean, Luna. Yeah, I don't know, Luna. I'm assuming. I mean, your morning ritual is pretty, solitary. So.
Right. I'm after she's done with the drawing, make sure it's rolled up and preserved as much as she can. She's gonna actually walk over to Iskrin. Iskrin, I should not have struck you out of anger. I apologize for that. You do, however, need to truly consider the ramifications of your actions for the group. Stealing is wrong, and you should not have done that. Whatever good you thought would come of it, much more harm shall come. You have to consider your actions wisely.
Thank you, and I'll take that to heart, and I'll try to not put any of you through any more jeopardy. I know I keep saying this, but I don't want to make things worse than they already are.
Trying your best is all that can be asked of you, Iskrin. And she will very politely, just tap his shoulder. Or pat his shoulder.
I just wanted to find out, to see.
I understand. That was not the way to do it, but now you know. You tried.
I tried. I think that's what matters. And he pulls out a little smudged note. It's like, is this yours? Piece of parchment.
Do an investigation check.
Markings on it.
Me?
Yep.
Okay.
I don't know how I got here. been in my-
Investigation skills.
It's been in my patch for a couple of days. Don't know what.
Wham!
Yeah! Boom!
You don't recognize it, but you recognize something about it. Wow, yeah, on this. It is covered with the same flower, ink, feathers that covered Luck after he gathered everyone's stuff out of the room and set off all of Celia's traps when he gathered up everyone's belongings. And somehow this seems to have gotten into the wrong pack.
Okay, so I think this...
Actually, on the double nat 20s, I've even got to tell you, and the markings on it aren't just smudged markings. They look like the markings that Celia inspected when coming into the canyon. Double nat 20s. Good Lord, I can't keep any secrets.
I made my peace and the universe rewards me!
I mean, look at that. There's a lesson there.
Alright. Oh, so wait, so it's the same markings as the camera? Okay, I'll open it then. I'm curious.
Yeah, no, I mean, you can't read it. It's...
Oh, I can't read it. Also,
yeah, it's the mark...
it's the same marking. So it's like... So it's like...
Thieves can't.
Okay, got it. So she'll go over to Celia. There we go.
I walk with her.
Waves.
Yeah.
Do you understand what this says?
Celia looks at it.
It's
Also, you
thieves.
can be
Yeah,
trapped.
it's thieves can't. Look at that. How did you ever figure that out? Double nat 20s.
Oh my goodness!
We also made a bit of peace between us. But she was right for that.
Celia looks at Iskrin, and she looks at Luna and says, "Thank you."
Yeah, so
God.
you look
what
down
does this say?
at the piece of parchment, and a dread comes over you as you begin to read the words. In Thieves' Cant, it says, "Training another in the skills of the Obsidian Order. You are just determined to get yourself killed, aren't you? perhaps some mud to cover the glowing next time. And it's signed, The Ghost.
Celia sighs and looks at Luna, says, as she begins ripping the parchment, "We're being followed."
By someone in your same profession, I assume. That'd be right.
Celia nods.
So you do notice that it is, this note has the flower and ink on it, so it was left in your room back in East.
Did it say anything else besides "we're watching you"?
She motions to Iskrin and says, "He was watching me teach Iskrin how to be stealthy."
Oh, but that was a glorious night under the
So you
stars.
know who it is?
I don't know.
Insight.
Go ahead, roll it.
Okay. And this is specifically for life, so the dagger does apply in this situation?
Dagger absolutely applies.
Okay. 20.
You can have guesses, but yeah, I mean, as far as you don't know, I haven't told her.
Okay. I was because before it said like someone, then he, and I'm like, dude, that's what she's up with. Dude.
Yeah.
Next time I'll try to not shine so bright. If we ever get a chance to again. I'm sorry.
Not.
Celia pats Iskrin.
Oh.
Not for nothing, but why don't they just kill you? Letting assassins live doesn't seem to be a thing that would be very smart.
Celia chuckles at that. And she says, "I believe whoever it is playing with me."
Well, let's play with them back.
If they want to be a catch to your mouth, I will skin them. Simple enough.
That's amazing. Celia looks at Iskrin and she says, "I'm pretty perceptive, and even I'm not able to find this person." Can't play with
Well.
someone who you can't see.
That's true.
That depends on how well trained you are.
Maybe they'll slip up. Big maybe. Maybe have some telltale on them that will allow some sights be seen. Maybe we can lay a trap.
If they are content to observe for now, I suggest we leave it that way. We have more pressing. He kind of looks over his shoulder at Axel. Matters at the moment.
Celia looks over at Axel and then looks to Luna and says, Yeah, we need to. There's more important things than a random rogue following. And Celia gives like a very confused look and says, "That's a sentence I never thought I would utter."
Just nod to both of them and then.
Yep. Anything else the rest of you are up to in the morning, as another day in the canyon sort of looms ahead of you? Axel and Iska have been reading further into the Sylvan histories. Do you want to talk any about what you've learned? Or compare notes? Or wait, either way.
During a rest, I would like to play teleport tag with Kent.
Oh, yeah, no, he loves it. He thinks it's the best thing ever. He keeps thinking that he's got you, and then you realize that he's actually trying not to catch you. He's trying to just get more glitter. I would say, actually, Grain hops into the game. So you have this tiny little puppy and this giant beast of a dog. And it's funny, more often than not, whenever Grain, like, gets a little bit out of sorts or feels that Kent is cheating, will growl at Kent, and Kent, like, just, like, goes belly up, submissive to little tiny Grain.
Don't mess with the pup.
Yeah.
Yeah. Grain's the big dog here.
Oh yeah, Grain's the big dog here.
He has seniority.
He has seniority. He's leveled up higher.
Well,
he's got class abilities.
Yeah, he's class ability. I mean, dude, he's got evasion, man. So
he's like a level 10 rogue or something.
Level 7 rogue, actually. Yeah.
You're looking for your ghost.
Ooh, there's a plot twist.
And then confuse them both by going invisible.
The first note from the ghost and the dog showed up at the same time.
Oh God, they did, didn't they?
Yes.
Great as the ghost, I know it. It's all coming apart.
Oh man.
Too bad Ree isn't here.
Yeah. So if you guys don't have anything y'all want to discuss, or certainly can discuss as you get out on your way for another day traveling in the canyon. Anything? Cool. So let's get you guys started. I'm going to need perception checks from the party again. Folks looking ahead and behind, certainly Celia now more aware, looking for anyone who might be tracking them. You guys don't see anything. Luck is not looking ahead or behind nearly as much, because while he's been traveling down this canyon, he's been finding more and more of that strange red plant that he found originally up in the Slot Canyon and has been harvesting it. Iska really isn't looking ahead because she's watching Luck as he seems to be gathering more and more and more of this plant, sometimes almost like he's not even realizing he's doing it as he's going along. Kel, certainly, you're looking more ahead. You've been on the back of Mighty this whole time, and so you've kind of gotten used to these little stop-offs. I know you've done survival on before. I mean, it just seems like a herbalism component, sort of like aloe, but just red, that Luck has been harvesting. And I know in the past he's explained that it's, that he's gathering it together for some of his cooking, I think is how you said it before.
Have I noticed him using it?
Nope. In fact, you can see basically the place where he's keeping it sort of all sort of bound up together, it just gets to be a bigger and bigger sort of, bunch of these aloe leaves. It doesn't seem to have ever shrunk down at this point.
Okay. Luck, what is it that you're going to cook that you need this much of this stuff? I mean, isn't it going to go bad? I mean, do you need to dry it or cure it or?
Don't worry about it. They're medical supplies.
Of what kind?
Just something I remember. They're useful little thing.
Oh, well, show me. Tell me all about it. If it can help all of us, I'd like to know too.
Well, if it's not done correctly and not harvested correctly or mixed correctly, it could lead with horrible side effects. I need a lot of it to mess with.
Oh, well, can you start teaching me? I mean, show me how you're cutting and...
He could help you.
Maybe I can.
Sure.
So you are gathering even more of it now that you've got Kel on your side harvesting some of this strange-looking red aloe plant. Nothing weird about it at all.
Absolutely normal.
Feed me, Simo.
So can I mean, I know I used survival before. Can I do any kind of nature check to see if there's anything else I can come up with?
I mean, you don't even need to roll for it. I mean, it's not anything that you've ever seen before. I mean, you have seen succulents up in your forest before that, again, you pretty much think that it maybe just be a more exotic, type of aloe. It seems to have sort of like you're able to sort of pocket one of them and sort of maybe even pretend like you harvested it wrong and see that it's sort of got like this sort of gel interior, but instead of being sort of that green gel, it is sort of a red gel inside of it. When you rub it on your fingers, it's kind of slick. I mean, it seems very much aloe-esque.
Okay, I mean, does it have the same scent? Does it have the same taste?
Yeah, I mean, you taste it. It doesn't seem to. I mean, it's a little bit bitter. I mean, it's not even as bitter as like Moral Thaw is. I mean, it just sort of. It's kind of meh,
Okay, well, I'll continue helping Luck harvest and for the rest of the day, and then.
Yeah, by the end of the day, you guys have got quite a lot of it. Kel, with your perception check there on the double 24s, yeah, you spot tons more than Luck would have ever have spot. I'll even say on the 24, the only thing that you notice a little bit odd is every time you go over and harvest it, and mainly because his butt's right in your face, Grain stops wagging his tail. He doesn't growl, but he doesn't seem terribly pleased about this.
I will cast Speak with Animals on myself.
Okay.
And ask Grain, is there anything wrong?
It smells bad. I don't like how it smells.
Bad how?
Bad. It smells bad.
Do you think we shouldn't be collecting this?
Luck wants it. It smells bad. Other stuff smells bad too.
Does this smell bad differently than other things smell bad?
Some yes, some no.
What's the yes part?
Some smells bad as this, some doesn't.
Okay. Thanks, Grain. You're a good boy. And I scratch him under his
He
chin.
wags his tail. Yep, good boy. I'm a good boy. Treat? Bacon?
No bacon, but I look to see if I'm sure I have some kind of jerky or something in my rations.
Oh yeah, I mean you can get some Spinosaurus jerky or just a chunk of meat. Yeah,
and I'll
puppy.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So the day passes by. You guys come.
Well, I'm gonna say because Luck is right there.
Yeah.
It's like Luck. Grain doesn't like this stuff. He says it smells bad.
Well, it's medical supplies, not, some stuff smells better than others.
I suppose that's true. Well, tonight, can you show me what you do with this or how you prepare it? I want to be able to use it to help the party, just like you. If more than one person is able to help, that's better for all of us.
I'll see what I can do. I'm not a great teacher.
I'm sure you're fine.
This is something I've heard of it. It's just one of those things that you see something and it's most likely going to be useful down the line. Not sure yet. Again, that's why I've got so much of it, so you can toy with it.
Okay. Well, I'm sure I can help.
Sure. We can try and figure out something together.
Great.
Okay. You guys travel through the rest of the day and to make your camp that night. Luck, how do you want to go about this with Kel?
Kind of got sprung on me a little, but so
yeah, you have no idea.
Yeah, he knows some brews of his previous potions, so he's going to start with how he usually starts making all these potions that he's so used to.
Do me a cooking check to brew up a nothing something that looks like you're doing something.
Something. The alchemist supplies?
Don't you have cooking?
No.
Oh, I thought we had a cooking thing set up for you. So yeah, alchemist supplies. Whatever we have that you roll for that type of stuff. I'm assuming you're not using any up any of your ingredients other than that you're using some of this.
Yes.
Okay. Do me a survive. I'll have Kel do me a. Actually, no. I'm sorry, man. Do an intelligence check to see if you can figure out that he's putting crap together, that he's just faking something to make you feel like, and I helped.
Can I do an insight check to see if I pick up on his slightly off behavior?
With his 20, I'm going to say he's not. I'm going to say that he's not acting off. It would have to be an intelligence check.
It's essentially of giving your little brother an unplugged PS2 controller.
Yeah, I mean, he has kids. He knows how to make people feel like they're helping.
Yeah,
you're helping, man.
Sweep the corner over there. That'll work.
Hey, look at this. Forged at the table rating with party of 21 and just in time. Guys, if you were just showing up, please, if you can, stick out. I've got something I've been rehearsing for a while that we're just about to unveil. If you guys want to stick around and see some of what we do here, I would love it to have all you guys join us for what's coming next.
Good guy hides behind his door. So
Feel free to
I'm,
donate below.
Yeah.
I am going to be, asking Luck questions as to what exactly he's doing and why he's doing it, so I can learn.
Yep. Absolutely. And he's answering, and you have to simmer and
can give you
boil.
a flavor
And
here, if you want.
yep.
I can BS some alchemical stuff for you here.
Yep.
Um,
So yeah.
This is the base element. You got to start brewing up the water. Then you've got to add the main ingredient you're using. It gives it the most influence over. Of course, then you've got to extract it very carefully and grab some random spices. But you got to mix them together. And this is all about the experimental procedure. And it's just finding what works. And sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Pass me that over there.
Cool.
And what will this do when it's done?
Probably healing properties. Not sure yet.
Oh, so this is just experimenting.
And actually, with the red color, it does look similar to the healing potions that you guys have been quaffing lots of. So it would be easy for you to buy that he's trying to make a healing potion.
Okay. Then I'll continue to help.
Yep. So night goes on. You guys make dinner, and you all begin your watch as we move into the evening. Cilia on first watch, Iskrin bridging the watch as normal. And Iskrin, as you are there with Cilia, being a little distracting, but not too distracting, you begin to hear something. Both of you do. You hear the sounds of a battle coming from the Sylvan Stone, as you did almost a week ago, 7 days ago.
It's back. Can you hear that? Do you hear that? Do you hear the sounds? Cilia.
Cilia, kind of holds her hand up, like signaling Iskrin to shh.
Yeah, you, for the first time hear it, you, Iskrin, have been listening for it each and every night after getting your insight last time about the astrosphere. And here it is now. The sounds of battle, far more people and and equipment than you would ever imagine could be in this canyon, but the sounds are there, just as though a battle was happening right there behind the wall of Sylvan Stone.
Sounds just like what I saw. Massive battle shaping land. It's incredible. Shall we wake the others? They said something about they were reading something that had to do with what happened here. Weren't they?
Cilia looks at Axel. How is Axel looking?
Looking bad. But he's curled up happily next to the Drake. But he looks, a mangy, little bit like stray cat with the uncared for, messy sort of look, and just sleeping calmly as far as and sort of wrapped up. There's a bit of blackness, red a bit, but pretty much been the same as the last few days, really.
Okay, Cilia will walk over to Axel and shake him awake a bit.
What's going on? What?
And she'll just say, "We can hear the sounds of battle again.
You hear them too, Axel.
We thought you might want to check it out."
Yes, yeah. Sort of just gets up and listens out. I presume he can hear them?
Oh yeah, you can hear it coming from the Sylvan Stone.
And it was Iska too that was reading the...
Yep, Iska was reading it as well.
Okay, then she will go shake Iska awake with the same kind of thing. "We're hearing sounds of battle, and we thought you would want to check it out."
Yeah.
Ishrin's got his ear up to the Sylvan Stone. Just listening.
You put your ear up to it. Do you touch the rock with your hand?
As I look over and see like Iska waking up and Axel waking up, I then do. Like, hands go onto it, like really press up against it. Just checking it out.
Okay. You lean over, and as you look over at them, you then press your hand against the rock, and Celia, Iska, Axel, you see Iskrin disappear into a shower of dust and glitter.
Hey.
Celia leans over to Iska and Axel and says, "This is what happened last time."
Of course this is normal. Of course.
Axel will walk over and reach out to touch the stone as well.
It's cold stone.
Yeah. That's what I thought.
You just look up and see the stars above you and those wisps of magic drifting off the Sylvan Stone.
Celia gets a kind of thoughtful look on her face, and she says, "Axel, how many lives has Iskrin had?"
A lot. I can't remember. I think it was like he's over a million years old, something like that.
How long ago was the battle?
It was about 500, I think, or something like that. No,
2000.
It carried on for 500 years and it was about 2000.
Do you think the reason why Iskrin is the only one that gets sucked in is because he was possibly there in one of his past lives?
Well, no, because maybe Evie might have forgotten that he had been here before because he did come back. Something like 90 years ago, I can't remember. It was somewhere. He came back about 90 years ago and he crashed because he had messed up with the ring. But if he had been there for that battle, I don't know. I don't think he would remember. I think he lost his memory of those. I don't know.
How long was he in there last time, Celia?
How long was he in there last time? Jay?
For you guys, only a few seconds. Maybe a minute.
So he says he was in there, it couldn't have been a minute. It wasn't long.
You guys stare at the stone, waiting to see if Iskrin reappears, unless you've got something else you'd like to try.
Can I flip open the mirror of peeping and try to find him?
You can. Wow, you can.
He couldn't cast clairvoyance because that takes 10 minutes, but he can use the mirror of peeping.
I wasn't thinking of that. You open up, and the three of you gather around the mirror of peeping as an image begins to take shape. Iskrin you open your eyes to the night sky. But it's not only above you, it is below you as well. As far as the eye can see, with a seamless, infinite blend into the horizon, the sky above in all its glory and millions of stars is reflected like a mirror perfection onto the surface of the water below you. The water you stand in is shallow, only inches deep, but as perfectly smooth and still as glass. Your eyes adjust, and you catch your equilibrium in this dizzying place, and you turn in a slow circle to get your bearings. Directly to the north, your eye finds the horizon truly for the first time in this strange place, and you find it due to the plumes of magic that stain the night sky to the north. To see them from here, they must extend thousands of feet up into the atmosphere. It must be where the magical war you witnessed before is being waged. To the northwest, you see a small, dark bump rising above the horizon and reflected below in the mirror-like surface. A mountain or plateau far in the distance, perhaps. As you continue your survey, you make out a dark structure to the south. Not completely solid, but monolithic in proportion. A shrine, possibly? You're drawn toward it. You begin to walk, and as you do, you feel beneath your feet small, hard ridges in the basin of the flat seabed of this lake. Your footsteps make ripples, but they don't travel as far as you expect, as these ridges you feel seem to dampen any motion that disturbs the water in this place. As you approach this monument, the shape of the monument becomes clear to you. It's a hinge, huge vertical stones placed in a circle, topped by stones just as massive, laid horizontally on top of them, creating a ring overhead. Your first thought is Sylvan stone, but then you remember not where, but when you are. These stones are the stones that will become Sylvan stone in the land to the north where the war magics rage. These are blanks. You get closer, and you make out figures standing within the gaps between the stones facing into the circle. Elves in silver robes, hoods thrown back, all with their eyes looking to the heavens, all except one, a boy younger than the rest who is looking down. He doesn't look at you, but at your footsteps and the ripples they make in the water. You step into the center of the circle of stones, remembering what you intended if you made it back to this time once again. And you slowly pull out the astrosphere. You look at its shining surface, and you open the cover. Unlike any time before, the astrosphere springs to life, familiar rings deploying in different configurations than you've ever seen. New rings you thought were just decorations, unfolding and aligning themselves with the stars above. You look up, see the 3 stars in the night sky, the sisters, lock into position, and you witness as the gate opens. In a burst of glitter, you are once again energy. You shoot skyward and out into the Flogstrom, sailing amongst the spheres once again. Your speed increases. The spheres, huge and close, others far and distant, shoot past you. Others shatter and floating dead in the swirling gray. And then ahead of you, you see it. The cradle, the beginning, the 7 spheres that are the home of the celestial court. You fly right into the heart of it, to the forge of the spheres itself, and your form materializes. You see the frost prince standing above you, working at the anvil, the crafters gathered around you, shaping and creating the spheres themselves. You see their tools glowing with purple auras of pure force as they hammer at the stuff of creation itself, bringing form to what was formless. And as you witness this, your mind awakens remembering 1,000 lifetimes of wielding that same energy, that same force. And as your mind awakens, Lysithea at your side begins to glow with a dark purple aura of pure energy, dripping off the end of Lyle's wicked gauge and onto the floor of the forge. Iskrin, in wonder, you stare into the forge, mesmerized by this icy blaze, and as you stare at that white-hot light, its fiery radiance begins to glow in your eyes as well. Your blue eyes turning first white, and then into blinding blazes of crystal starlight, the energy of the forge merging with your Fey heritage, imbuing it with new strength and ability. You look up to the Frost Prince as your lives become clear in your mind once again. The spheres won, the spheres you lost, lives that you saved, worlds that you destroyed. You are overwhelmed by the countless thousands of years of memory. The Frost Prince, he looks down at you quizzically at first, and then, with a wave of his hand, shoos you away. You find yourself falling backwards through the Flogstrom, through the gate as you see it close, and find yourself back in the circle, looking at the elves that are now staring at you. You're disoriented, and you turn again, looking at each of the elves as you go in a full circle. And as you come back to the first one, you see his eyes. All color has drained from them. Its pupils now just pinpricks as these blinded orbs shudder in their sockets as your gaze has blinded them. Seeing what you've done, you look down at the white crystal. The mirror is gone. As far as your eye can see, just a crystal expanse. At first, you think that it's maybe frost. You bend down and pull your fingers across it. And this sharp tang of salt hits your nostrils. You close your eyes, overwhelmed, trying to remember the beauty of that lake, that surface that is now gone. And when you open them, whoosh, you're standing there against the stone, back in your time, amongst your companions, your memories of those lives fading, becoming muddled, cloudy, as the same confusion that has plagued you since you arrived on this sphere in your last of 1,000 lifetimes is being lived, and you struggle to grab onto just one thing to remember. And you remember the Frost Prince's face and 2 beautiful blue crystal horns that raise from his forehead. And that is where we're going to end our session today.
Ah! Iskrin screams. Ah!
What an eventful day.
Welcome to level 7, Iskrin.
Ah! You got to see all that too. Holy shit.
And yeah, you guys witnessed it all through the mirror of peeping.
Holy shit.
So, what did you do this night? Well, we just watched the god meet his god, pretty much. No biggie.
Just give him a little wave. Hey, how
So
you doing?
guys,
All right, bye.
I want to thank everyone for tuning in. Thank you for all the donations. For those of you just tuning in for the first time, we do run the channel 100% for charity. This month is the Organization for Autism Research. It is a wonderful organization. If you're unable to give, just click on the link in the text. It will take you to their website. You can find out all the information that they have there. And if you'd like to donate to our stream, feel free to click on the actual banner that says "or," and you can influence the game with Nat 20s, magical items, and other things that we do here. I hope you guys enjoyed today. We're going to go around and talk to our cast, see what they felt, and then we'll probably go raid someone to pass on the love. So I want to give a big shout out right now. I reached out to Cole McGinnis, who is the guy who did the new music for the art roll on Critical Role, and he liked what we were doing and gave me permission to use his tracks, one of which you just heard as Iskrin flew back to the cradle of the spheres.
We're coming for you, Crit Mole.
We'll start with Danny Tunarth.
Wow. That was pretty amazing. I know we say it a lot here, but, you know, bravo, bravo, bravo.
I got a little shaky in there, but I was really having fun.
That was
that was wow. So yeah, I'm Tunarth in chat. I'm Colin65 on Twitter, where I don't really do much but retweet the things I'm in. One of which is this, which I hope you've enjoyed, because I know I sure did. Damn. I'm also in another campaign tomorrow, Sunday, 2 p.m. Eastern, on T. Fredrickson 80s channel, Eslo the Power Within, where NNG9 and I play very different characters than Claudius Babazidic. That's my tagline, gotta stick with it. And I will no longer be participating in the now defunct, and I'm very sad about it, Dungeons and Coffees, because I love any chance I get to hang out with these amazing people that you've been watching. And because it's DM's desk and he's going to be talking about this campaign, I am now forbidden to participate. So I'm a little sad, but I hope all of the rest of you will tune in for probably some amazing sessions watching Jay prep for this game, and possibly even contributing to our campaign as he makes decisions and prepares things for us to experience. So 8 a.m. Sundays Eastern time on this channel, whenever he announces it. So, you know, follow him on Twitter and don't miss it whenever he's up.
So thank you. And next up we have Good Guy Pie, who had a little different greatness or epicness to his session today.
I sat down. I was like, "All right, we're gonna have to bail Iskrin out. It's gonna be fine." No, of course not. What? Of course I couldn't sit down and enjoy Iskrin getting into trouble. No, no. Guys, I'm the final boss. It's becoming more clear to me. But yeah, that was fun. And I'm glad for everyone else. Except from the fact that Celia might be murdered in her sleep one day by a mysterious figure. At least Iska got a new song. All good. You know, we're making progress, and Iskrin had his whole, what, he met a god, so what? I'm going insane. You can find me at Good Guy Pie pretty much anywhere, and Too Good To Guy on Twitter. Check me out. I do art things as well as stream from time to time, and do a bit of home brewing here and there when I feel like it. So drop by.
I'm muted. Awesome. Next up, Luna. Speaking of meeting gods.
Right, though? I thought this was supposed to be rare in this world. I got 2 now.
So, yeah, just a little thing. Your new item was a generous donation by Tanya.
Thank you very much, Tanya.
Back when we were doing Make Your Own, and just needed to wait for the right time to bring it in. And I will also say, since we mentioned DM's Desk, a lot of what that item and how that story was brewed was with chat working with me during DM's Desk. DM's Desk is a way for you to see some of your ideas brought to life, or at least try to. Sometimes they work, sometimes they don't. There's other things that didn't go off quite as big, but hey.
And can we just toss in a comment on the fact that Tanya gets Luna gloves of the gods and gives Iska a giant spider?
That's true.
Equal. Thank you very much. That spider is amazing.
Favoritism more like.
You know what? It's not my fault. I'm awesome. Y'all can hate if you want. You have excellent taste. Anyway, I'm on Twitch where I live stream video games where I swear a whole bunch. You can also find me on Twitter, NNG98. As Two North mentioned, we're players in Chief Redmond's 80s game where I play Claudia Zingard. I'm the one who has the brother who is a dick. And as far as this session goes, all Moon's got to say is, see me with them hands.
Muted.
Bird versus Plane.
Hi there, folks. I'm Bird versus Plane. You can find me here. You can find me on Twitter. You can find me on Twitch doing a whole bunch of different things. You can also find me in the Vices as soon as I right-click and get it, Discord, where we chat about a bunch of different stuff. We have play-by-post RPGs, including a cyberpunk game I'm running. Feel free to jump into any of those and hang out with us. I love the Vice a whole bunch. Thumbs up. That's really all I got. I love this thing.
Next up, we've got Templar Warden, who made new spells that ended up backfiring and hurting him. But hey,
it's happened when you're dealing with Iskrin. You know, he makes a new spell that explodes you. He becomes a puppet for a possessing demon creature, and he wipes out an entire lake. You know, these things just happen when you're around Iskrin. But that was a great session. I was playing Hidden by Axel, the Tabaxi wizard, who is rotting away and then coming back. So it's all pleasant. And yeah, we've got a god, we've got an ancient dragon, we've got a frost prince. We're rubbing shoulders with the big folk. Yeah, but if you want to catch me anywhere on the internet, I am Templar Warden, or on Twitter at Reina Templar. I usually just rant there. Hopefully at some point I get a computer and then I can start streaming again. I'm looking forward to that, but
woo-hoo. And next up we'll go with Tree Hugging Druid, Celia.
Hi, you can go follow me on Twitter. I don't really ever tweet things, but I retweet things, like when people are playing D&D. Celia had fun this session. I don't know what I was complaining about. Celia had fun. Celia's fine. Celia's not being watched at all.
It's green, we're telling you.
Is that Rockwell I hear in the background?
So, I'm going to give the last word to our buddy, Dragons or Cats.
With glitter. Mind blown. The hell? Yeah, nothing like coming in unannounced while you're on shift to see your boss working hard and you slacking off and then he just sends you away. Holy hell. Lyle stripped him of energy? People have gone blind from me? What have I done? I have no idea. That was an amazing session. That was incredible. That was really good. I saw you make a face then, Daniel.
We're all blind.
I'm Dragons and Cats. This was an amazing session. Holy crap. crap, Jay, you send chills down my spine every time. Damn it. I'm so glad I could be a part of this wonderful community in games. This is incredible. You can catch me on Twitter and on Twitch as Dragons of Cats. I do a charity stream every Wednesday night at 7:30 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time, and I cannot wait to be back in May to find out what the hell just happened.
Yep. And from our good friend Templar Warden, Advantage, Bardic Inspiration, and Nat 20 for each of our resident time travelers, Iska and Iskrin.
Yay!
Anyway, if you couldn't tell, I had a great time this session. I've been rehearsing for it all week. I knew I had some big scenes that I wanted to do. You got to see the full choky breath on me telling the story of Eldath and her last tears, and you got to see me literally shaking because I was so excited for what I got to share with my buddy Kyle. So oh yeah, and then Luck, I like to torment him all the time. But anyway, guys, thank you.
Everybody loves puppets.
Yeah, who doesn't like a good puppet? Anyway, for all of you, thank you guys so much for tuning in each and every week. Having you guys out in chat, supporting the charities that we support, supporting each other, chatting with us in Discord, just means the world to me. And on that same note, so I get to do it a little bit more, as Danny was telling you, Sunday mornings, I am going to start doing a regular DM's desk, which is sort of my writing format. Part of it's because it makes me do it. The other one is that I write in the morning much better than in the evenings. I think it's because I'm over caffeinated, but that's a great way so I can interact with you guys in the community. It's on at, I'm going to be trying to do it regularly at 8 a.m. I will say that it will never start later than 8:30, and I'll be sure to let you guys know if for some reason it is canceled. But look out, if you do the follow so you get notifications. I would turn off the hosts because I host lots of folks, but do turn those on up there for when I actually go live myself. And then you can come and join in and help put together some of these scenes that I try to tell our story with. We are going to do a raid right after this. We're going to go raid our buddy Scraticus. And I think I got everything. Did I, everyone? I think I did. So until next time, gather your friends together and tell a story, because that's what it's all about, everyone. And we'll see you. We'll see you then. Gosh. Yeah, we'll see you then. Bye-bye, everyone. And we are clear.
Happy, happy fun times, happy, lovely times. Yay, 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 yay.
That was incredible.
You metaphor.
And when is our next session?
That's what I meant to announce, was that it's 2 weeks till our next session. I knew I was missing something.
It's nothing like slacking off when your god's at work.
I can't live. What do I do for 2 weeks now?
Dude.
Yeah.
Well, next week I've got a busy week, but then just we're down 4 players next week, so actually
2 weeks.
2 weeks.
We're still live, Jay. Hey, we're still live.
Oh, hi.